Hello friends, this is Vikram Korde, Assistant Professor of Agriculture Economics, KKO College of Agriculture, Nasik. In this online learning session, we can focus on what do we mean by market integration, what are the types of market integration in detail. So first see the definition of market integration. Market integration as a process which refers to the expansion of firms by consolidating additional marketing functions and activities under a single management. Means in market integration all the activities or all the marketing functions is under a single management, and there are more than one marketing functions, means there is addition such as transportation, such warehousing, buying and selling, risk taking. All these marketing functions are consolidated, so it is called as a market integration. So types of market integration, there are mainly three types of market integration. First is horizontal integration, third is vertical, second is vertical integration, and third is conglomeration. So first focus on horizontal integration. So this occurs when a firm or agency gains control of other firms or agencies performing similar marketing functions at the same level in the marketing sequence. Means in this horizontal integration, marketing function is same. It may be different location, but marketing function says warehousing is the same, but there is a different location. In this type of integration, some marketing agencies say sellers combine to form a union with a view to reducing their effective number and the extent of actual competition in the market. So in most markets, there is a large number of agencies which do not effectively compete with each other. This is indicative of some element of horizontal integration. Horizontal integration is advantageous for the members who join the group. Similarly, if farmers join hands and form cooperatives, they are able to sell their produce in bulk and reduce their cost of marketing. Means with the wave of horizontal integration, we can reduce our marketing cost. So horizontal integration of selling firms is generally not in the interest of the consumers or buyers. It is very important. So horizontal integration of selling firms is generally not in the interest of consumers or buyers. So in this diagram there is a parent agribusiness firm, and in that there is a firm A, firm B, firm C, and firm D. Means there is activities is some. So suppose there is a transport activities, firm A, firm B, firm C, firm D. All the firms carrying some activity, that is transport, but location is different. So marketing function, it may be storage, it may be risk taking, it may be buying and selling. Activity is same, but location is different. It is called as a horizontal integration. Second is a vertical integration. So vertical integration occurs when a firm performs more than one activity in the sequence of the marketing process. In this, more than one activity, but this activity is related to the each other. It is very important. So it is a linking together of two or more functions in the marketing process within a single firm or under a single ownership. For example, a firm assumes the functions of wholesaling as well as retailing. It is a vertical integration. You know that wholesaling and retailing is related to the each other, so it is called as a vertical integration. So vertical integration leads to some economics in the cost of marketing. A vertically integrated firm has an advantage over other firms in respect of greater market power, either in terms of sources of supplies or distribution network. So vertical integration reduces the number of middlemen in the marketing channel. So it is very important. Vertical integration reduces the number of middlemen in the marketing channel. There are two types of vertical integration based on stage at which integration occurs. So first is forward integration. So forward integration means it is near to the consumers. So if firm assumes another function of marketing which is close to the consumption function, it is a case of forward integration. For example, wholesaler assuming the functions of retailing. So you know that retailing is near to the or close to the consumption function. Second is backward integration. So backward integration is close to the owner or producer. So this involves ownership or a combination of sources of supply. For example, when processing firm assumes the functions of assembling or purchasing the produce from villages, it is called as backward integration. So in this diagram, there is a parent agribusiness firm. In that, wholesaling of feed mill, transport agency, and food grain state. These activities or this marketing function takes place. You know that these activities or these marketing functions is related to the each other. So it is an example of vertical integration. Third type is conglomeration. So conglomeration means a combination of agencies or activities not directly related to each other. When it operates under unified management, we termed as a conglomeration. So conglomeration means there is unified management is there, but combination of agencies or activities, it is not directly related to the each other. So examples of this conglomeration are Hindustan Unilever Limited. So you processed vegetables and soaps. So you know that Hindustan Unilever is a big company, and it is involved in fast moving consumer goods and agribusiness and other things. You know that. So it is a example of conglomeration. Similar way, Delhi Cloth and General Mills, it is also Cloth and Vanaspati. So it is also largest. Birla Group, you know that Birla Group involved in many things. That is Birla Cement, Birla Steel, whatever. So it is a example of conglomeration. Tata's, you know that Tata's is involved in fast moving consumer goods. Tata is also involved in software. Tata is involved in steel. So many activities which are related to the each other. So it is the example of conglomeration. JK Group, which is also renowned group. So JK Cement, JK Software, whatever. So etc. So it is called as conglomeration. ITC, Empirical Tobacco Company. It is also involved in agribusiness. It is also involved in fast moving consumer goods, that is FMCG and other things. So it is also example of conglomeration. And NAFED, National Agricultural Cooperative Marketing Federation, it is also example of conglomeration. The conglomerate is involved in a number of different and frequently unrelated activities. So in this, these activities is unrelated to the each other. Such a conglomeration of activities serves as a means of spreading the risk and helps the expanding the activities to additional markets. So in this diagram there agribusiness conglomerate, and in that there is a food grain trade, in that food processing unit, retail chain, cloth mill, manufacture of vanaspati, sales and repairs of electronic goods, all things which are unrelated to the each other. So it is example of conglomeration. So on the basis of degree of integration, there are two types of integration based on degree of integration. First is ownership integration. This occurs when all the decisions and assets of a firm are completely assumed by another firm. The example of this type of integration is a processing firm which buys a wholesaling firm or a retail chain. Second is a contract integration, means there is some agreement between two firms or some contract between two firms. It is a contract integration. This involves an agreement between two firms on certain decisions while each firm retains its separate identity. When dal mills of an area jointly agree on the pricing of the dals and process the product, it is a case of contract integration. So friends, in this online learning session, we can see what do we mean by market integration, what are the types of market integration, that is horizontal integration, vertical integration and conglomeration. And on the basis of degree of integration, there are two types, ownership integration and contract integration. See, all these things we will see in detail. So thank you very much.